Welcome back, Kaiju lovers. Today, for our Day 0 build for Godzilla Reign of Kaiju, we have Destoroyah, Perfect Life Form. As with all of these Day 0s, they are only going to include base booster set cards, no Challenger Series, no starter decks, no promos, where I can get away with it. So, bare basics, kind of like intro to the character style deck. So if you find this helpful, or interesting, or a good jumping off point, please leave a like on the video and leave a comment letting me know how I did, and please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Without further ado, let's jump into Destoroyah Perfect Life Form. They are a 6 hand size 33 health character with death, life, and water symbols, and the giant and monster traits. We have a static ability that says at the beginning of your combat phase, add 2 Destoroyah counters to this character. So, a new type of counter, new character that cares about counters. Let's see what we can do with these counters. We can enhance, remove 1 Destoroyah counter. This attack gets +2 or -3 speed. So we're a speed control character. But also, we can enhance, remove 6 Destoroyah counters, destroy 2 rival non-character cards. We can blow up assets, backups, and foundations. We can even get rid of power tokens if we're that concerned about them. So it might seem like 6 Destoroyah counters is a lot, considering we get 2 per combat phase, each of our combat phases. But maybe we'll see some ways we can get more of these counters, shall we? So Destoroyah wants to control speed, and they want to control the rival stage. So our attacks, we're going to start with Flying Menace, a 5/3, 5 high for 5, 2 mid block, with Breaker 1, which means if we block with this card, our rival's next check to play a card gets -1. This is really good if we've used the Destoroyah remove 6 Destoroyah counters on our rival's turn, because that's not just limited to our turn, and we nuke 2 of their best ready foundations. Hitting them with a Breaker after that is really solid. And then we have Response. After this attack deals damage, add 2 Destoroyah counters to your character. That's pretty good. That's a good way. If they don't have the high block, this is a good way to get more counters on our character. Next we have Oxygen Destroyer. This is Destoroyah's ultra rare. It's a 4/3, 4 low for 5, 2 high block with Fury and Powerful 3. Powerful 3 being an enhance that says spend any number of momentum. For each momentum you spent to pay this ability, you get +3 damage. So a great way to finish off and dump all of our momentum into one big attack. As a response, after we remove 1 or more counters from our character to pay a cost, we get to add a power token to our stage. So this is only during this character's, this attack. So if we have like 7 counters, we can effectively get 2 power tokens using the remove 6 and the remove 1. And then we have a form in the discard pile. So if this card is in our discard pile and it's our turn, we may activate the form ability during any open state of play where we could play a card from our hand. And it is play this attack from your discard pile as your next form. I know it says try to play this attack, but it has received a day 1 errata that play this attack as your next form from your discard pile. And this is only playable if at least 2 rival cards have been destroyed this combat phase. So if we use the Destoroyah remove 6 counters, we get to destroy 2 cards, and then we can play this from our discard pile. And there's other ways that we have in our deck to maybe get rid of some more of our rivals' cards, so let's take another look. We've got Sweeping Destruction, a 6/3, 5 high for 6, 2 low block with the ranged keyword. As a blitz, our rival sacrifices 1 foundation. So sacrifice just means they get to choose which card is destroyed. So this is already 1 card destroyed for Oxygen Destroyer's form requirement. Next we have Cluster Bombs. This is a Bakugo card from Girl Power. It is a 5/3, 3 mid for 5 with a 2 mid block with the Fury keyword. As an enhance, we selectively destroy 1 rival foundation. We point, we click, it goes away. But our rival may lose 3 health to cancel this effect. So it's like we're going to destroy your best card, or you can just take 3 damage, basically. And then we have a Deadlock Enhance, which means we can only play this enhance if our rival has at least 11 foundations, but we selectively destroy 2 rival foundations. So if they somehow got ahead of us into Deadlock, we blow up their 2 best foundations. All of our Oxygen Destroyers in the discard pile are now online. And I will say, Oxygen Destroyer's form even can work if you manage to clear it from your card pool. So if you play it from the discard pile and you manage to clear it, you can play it from your discard pile again. You can use this form as many times as you have Oxygen Destroyers in your discard pile, as long as they're in the discard pile to activate the form, as long as the requisite 2 cards have been destroyed. So that's really, really cool. Next we have Mikasa's Fatal Cleave, a 4/3, 4 low for 4, 1 mid-block with kick and weapon. As a blitz, if our rival has cycled this game, we selectively destroy a rival foundation, and our rival has to discard 1 card. So if we've pushed them on and we've forced them to cycle because we've just dragged the game out, this blitz can really help close the gap. It destroys a rival foundation, which we get to choose, which Destoroyah loves destroying foundations, and they have to get rid of a card in their hand, so it's 1 less card they can block with. We also have a response after this attack deals damage, destroy 1 rival foundation. Again, we get to choose. It's not our rival sacrifices a foundation. We get to pick which foundation gets blown up. So if our rival's not holding the low block, this just says, hey, I'm going to point and click your best ready foundation. Gone. That, cluster bombs, sweeping destruction. We can get Oxygen Destroyer online really quickly. And lastly, for our attacks, we have Hanji's Thunder Spear Strike, a 4/3, 4 low for 4 with a 2 low block, powerful 3, ranged, and weapon. As a static, if we have 10 or less health, this attack is -1 difficulty. So if we're at that 10 below, it's a 3 diff. And as another static, if a foundation has been destroyed this turn, ours or theirs, this attack gets +2 speed and +1 damage. It becomes a 6 low for 5 with powerful 3 if we've done what Destoroyah wants to do and destroyed at least 1 foundation on either side. That's pretty strong for a 4, potentially 3 diff. And you have the powerful 3 to dump all of our momentum into. That's a really good finishing card. Sorry, allergies. I didn't have any assets I wanted to play in this deck, or backups. I don't think I put backups in any of these decks, just to make everything as seamless and simple as possible. But I did put an action in this deck, and that is Monster of the Deep, a 5/5, 1 mid-block, as a first form. So after we draw our hand size for the turn, the first thing we want to do is play Monsters of the Deep. We remove it, and our rival has to sacrifice a foundation. Just get rid of 1. Go. Get out of here. And then as a response, after we play this card, we gain 2 health, or we add a Destoroyah counter to our character. So it's another way of getting more counters. That means after we play this, we've earned 3 counters in 1 turn. Then if Flying Menace hits, we get another 2 counters. That's 5 counters in 1 turn. That's pretty good. Onto our foundation base. Oh, I also made this as a death deck. I'm not sure that I said that up front. So under our foundations, we have Wrath of Godzilla, a 2/5, 3 low block, as an enhance that is tenacious once per turn. So we can only play this enhance once per turn, and we can play it while this card is committed. We sacrifice 1 power token to ready this foundation. Now, we're not really doing a lot with power tokens. We can kind of generate them with Oxygen Destroyer, but that's about it. It's mainly in here for the response. Commit after 1 or more of our rival foundations is destroyed due to our effect. We get to gain 2 health. So that's pretty good. We're weakening our rival's stage while strengthening our resolve for our health. And every now and then we might be able to ready it. As with every Reign of Kaiju deck, I do have high guard and low guard, just kind of showing off that we have 0 diffs again, with off-zone blocks this time. So I did kind of use it to fill the off-zone blocks that were needed. And zero diffs, even though they don't do anything, are still really good to get early game to build out faster and allow you to play a little bit more aggressively. We have Combined Perfect Form, a 1/5 3 high block with enhanced flip. This attack gets -2 damage, but we may remove one counter from our character, and if we do, it gets -4 damage instead. So flip, get rid of a Destoroyah counter, -4 damage. That's really good, especially if we are able to heal ourselves with things like Wrath of Godzilla and Monster of the Deep. We have Shin Godzilla arrives with his little tiny harms. 2/5, 2 low block. Enhance, add this card to your momentum. If a rival foundation was destroyed this turn, gain 1 health and draw 1 card, so we get a momentum as a cost. And if our rival has lost a foundation, either due to our effect or they had to destroy something as a cost, we get to gain a health and draw a card. That's a really good card. This is a very good rare, and that 2 low block, really solid. Speaking of low blocks, we have Devastating Loss, a 2/5 with a 3 low block. Enhance, sacrifice, destroy 1 rival asset or backup. So this helps us keep our rival stage clear a little bit if they have like a Cape of No Return, if they have, excuse me, a really solid backup that's giving us trouble. And it counts towards Oxygen Destroyers if 2 or more rival cards have been destroyed. We have Moment of Normalcy, a 2/5 3 high block with Unique. Enhance, commit, return this attack to its printed speed or damage. So return to printed damage, so we have to take less damage, or return it to its printed speed so it's easier to block. We have Defend the City, a 2/6 with a 1 high block. With a Tenacious Response, flip. After you commit any number of cards due to a rival effect, build the top card of your deck face down. So if they stun us, if they have any sort of targeted commit, we get to build in a ready foundation, so keeping our stage healthy while we knock down our rival stage. We have Eaten by the Bearded Titan, a 2/5 3 high block. A Tenacious Enhance, sacrifice. This attack gets -3 speed, so just real good speed hate. It's the same rate as giving up a Destoroyah counter, but we could give up a committed resource instead if we're trying to stockpile those counters. We have Fighting for Control, a 2/4 3 high block. Response, rival's turn, so we can only play this on our rival's turn. Flip it. After your rival makes a check to play a non-foundation card, that check gets -2, but failing the check will not end the combat phase. So as we're machine gunning down their stage, we can give their checks, we can reduce their checks to make it harder for them to play and really hard to keep up with us, and we can just widen the gap further. Similar with Split Body Control, a 2/5 with a 3 low block. Response, flip. After your attack is blocked, flip 1 rival foundation. So we're destroying their foundations, and any ones they get to keep, we're flipping face down so they still can't use those abilities. All the while just trying to just choke out and control our rival's stage. We have Keiko's Aid, a 2/5 3 high block. Response, flip. After you block an attack, your rival's next attack gets +2 difficulty. Similar to the Fighting for Control, we're trying to make it harder for our rival to play their cards while we're getting rid of the cards in their stage. We are trying to just outclass them in all forms of stage control. We have Frightening Calm, a 1/4 3 high block. Enhance, sacrifice 1 foundation. This attack gains stun 1. So we give up a foundation, probably a committed foundation, or something like a high guard or a low guard that we were forced to build early, and we give our attack stun 1 to make our rival commit 1 foundation. So whatever foundations they may have that we have left over, that we didn't destroy or flip, now they have to commit them. So Destoroyah is kind of just a bully style character. He wants to bully your rival's stage, and he wants to constantly widen that gap between your stage presences to really have a stranglehold on the game. We have Drawing Power, a 2/5 2 mid block. Enhance, flip. Draw 1 card. You may sacrifice 2 power tokens. If you do, draw 2 cards instead. Now, we're not going to have a lot of power tokens, but flip draw card is still a pretty good rate. And lastly, Frantic Rescue, a 2/4, 2 mid-block response flip. After you take damage from an unblocked attack, rival attacks get +1 difficulty this turn. Again, we are blowing up our rival stage, and we are making it harder for them to play their cards. This one, we have to take a hit on the chin, but if we say, hey, all of your attacks get +1 difficulty for the rest of the turn, breaker 1 on every attack that you've played effectively, that's really, really good, especially if we're limiting how many foundations they have. But that is going to be it for Destoroyah, Perfect Life Form. A character I was a little on the fence about, mainly because any character that has their own specific counters, you need a lot of support for. But with Monster of the Deep and Flying Menace, I think he's alright. I think he'll generate his counters just fine. I don't think you have to go for the remove 6. I think using him as a speed control character is the way to go. And if you can get up to 6 to sack 2 rival foundations, fine. But I think he's going to be cool. I would not be surprised to see people put in a lot of work into him, because he just seems really neat. Like I said, he just wants to strangle your stage and widen the gap as much as possible. But what do you guys think of Destoroyah? Do you think he is the perfect life form? Are you going to sleeve this guy up? And if so, what kind of niche tech cards do you think that you're going to be using in him? Again, if you found this video useful or entertaining, please leave a like and comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys.